So I haven't used the big panel for about 3 weeks because I haven't used the Mackie mixer because that USB connector in the back has gone bad.
I thought you got a new cable. It's the connector.
It's
not
the
cable?
connector in the, yeah. So, yeah. And we have this. I was going to buy the Rode one because I really like the Rode one, but it's $700 I don't want to spend. So this works fine. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. This is our Thursday night live Q&A that we do every Thursday night on Dylan Talks Tone. Welcome. As usual, these are all ad-free, and so if you want to support the channel, you can use a super chat, and you can use a super thanks and all the little stickers and all that stuff. You can also support the channel by supporting the links in the description, the companies that support what we do. There's a bunch of them down there, actually. Starlink, Best Buy, Sweetwater, Fender, 511 Tactical, Amazon, Atlas Stationers. So if you use any of those links, it'll help.
511 Tactical on right now.
You do. You sure do. I do too, actually. The boxers are amazing. Yeah. So, thank you for supporting us by using those. The other thing I want to mention is that we have something huge happening, and it just started 1 minute ago. Huge. In 11 years, we've never done a Black Friday sale. And so we're doing one. So here's how it works. If you go to Dylan Talks Tone right now, you'll see on the front page that there is a link to a Black Friday only page, and it is a bunch of one-offs and prototypes and a bunch of neat stuff that we've made and that are just sitting around. So there's like 10 different varieties of P90 cover with custom covers. There's like 5 or 8 different humbucker size P90s, loaded pick guards, Telecaster pick guards made out of acrylic, all super special stuff. It's all 30% off. It's prices as marked. Okay. I will tell you that if you are a Patreon or a YouTube member, you can use your discount on top of it. So if you're not a Patreon member, go become a Patreon member, then go buy something on the website. The other thing that you'll see there is that the other part of it is there is a discount code. Now, this one, you can't double up discount codes because the computer doesn't let you, but the discount code is BF24. You'll see it, Black Friday 24. And when you use that discount code, if you spend $100 on P90s, humbuckers, Telecaster stuff, Stratocaster stuff, if you spend $100, you'll get 25% off another item. So the cool part about that is you can kind of game the system and buy, $100 pickup and then go buy $150, humbucker and get 25% off the more expensive one because it works whichever way you want to do it. So just FYI, those are a couple of things we're doing. It's going to go through Small Business Saturday. We're going through Saturday night after Black Friday. And there may be, keep an eye out because on the 30% off page, there may be some stuff dropping over the next, because I'm still going through stuff.
Dropping meaning adding to.
Adding to, yeah, because some of this stuff's going to sell out. Like we only have one of a thing. You know what I mean?
So then what are you going to do Saturday?
I don't know. I'm working on some stuff for Saturday.
Pause for a moment.
Okay.
Wait, so I have to push the button.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It says that was too loud. How do I change that?
That's okay.
Super chat from Dastardly Dave. Thanks for the super chat, Dave. He said, ad free is for me. I believe Santa is giving me a guitar or amp. LOL.
Nice. That's very cool. Yes. So, and I'm hoping to have some other special stuff that I can't talk about yet for Black Friday as well.
We're just talking about Saturday.
But anyway, for the drop on Saturday, we're going to have a couple of cool custom things coming out. I'm working on them tomorrow.
So you are still doing
Yeah, we're still going to do a Saturday drop.
On Small Business Saturday too?
On Small Business Saturday. And we may actually do a sale on a special drop. Tim McNelly, does his Saint Nick pickups every Christmas. It's the only day of the year he makes them. So I was thinking we may do something like that on Small Business Saturday. We may make in fact, I already know what it's going to be. I have it. It's sorted out. So it just popped into my head. I was been thinking about it and it just popped into my head. So I'm not going to tell you. You're just going to have to pay attention next Thursday, which is going to be the day before. The Thursday before Small Business Saturday, I'll let you know, which is Thanksgiving, which we won't have a show. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You'll know. I'll make sure you know.
Cool.
It's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
Sorry, I'm like running behind here, y'all. I wasn't looking at the computer. Super chat from Joey Dano Guitars. Thanks for the super chat, Doug. He said ad free is for me.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate you.
Can't click. Here we go. Super chat from Van Shank Guitars. Thanks for the super chat, Ivan. He said Doug made me do it.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for supporting what we do. Today is actually National Pickle Day.
I've seen so much stuff about pickles and I didn't know why.
Yeah, today's National Pickle Day. Tomorrow is National Clean Your Fridge Day. For those people that are not you, who clean their fridge every day.
Every day.
Pretty close. Every time we get groceries.
There's nothing expired in my fridge.
That's right. We need to get into our Patreon questions because the thumbnail is the first Patreon question we're going to talk about, and it is a doozy. Because people are going to get all bent out of shape if I don't explain this. So
just start. I don't know
let's
what you're
just
talking
roll
about,
into
so.
it. Yep. The very first one.
Scott. I'm curious how many of us understand debunked guitar myths, but still have preferences related to them one way or the other. Example, I like to get some tactile feedback on my fretting hand through the neck. I don't want it to vibrate the fillings out of my teeth, but I think I might have a tough time adjusting if I got zero input through the neck to my fretting hand.
So, basically, even though you pretty much know, okay, he's talking about tone wood, right? And he's talking about the neck's ability to resonate with the guitar, and there's a whole bunch of myths about that. So it doesn't matter what you believe on that one way or the other, or what you think on that. The science is pretty easy. Do you still, and not even just tone wood, anything else, any of these other guitar myths that we hear, do you still believe them even though you know they're wrong? Or do they still matter to you? And I'm going to say yes on almost all of them for me.
That they still matter to you?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you have to believe it. It just means maybe you like it or you're accustomed to it.
Yes, I think that's it. I think no matter what, the one I'm going to use, there's a couple I'll use. One is guitar finish. Obviously, nitrocellulose is not superior to polyurethane anymore, right? It's just not. It's not thinner anymore. It doesn't breathe. It's all the things that they say about polyurethane versus nitrocellulose is just false. And it's a fact. It's not something that it's just because technology has changed and polyurethane is better now. So it's not what it once was. And so, but I don't care. I still like nitrocellulose on some guitars. It's application specific. I just like it. I like how it looks. I like how it feels.
Is that the one that smells too?
Yeah, and it has the smell.
Yeah.
It has the Gibson smell, you know, and I like that. I think it's cool. The tone wood thing, I want to feel the guitar. I'm with Scott. If the guitar is totally dead and you strum it and nothing vibrates, yes, that is actually the best for sustain because you're not wasting energy. That's physics. It's super simple. But it feels weird.
If it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. If you strum and it feels like a cement block, it just feels like a cement block. It doesn't feel like it's talking back to you. You know what I mean? So I kind of like it. Even though I know that the more resonant a guitar is, the less sustain will be there. It's science. This is like, we don't have to argue about it. But I don't care. I like it anyway.
So you are agreeing with Scott.
I
that
am. Yeah.
Even though it's a myth, you still like some of the reasons why people believe those myths. I mean, maybe nobody believes the myths and they just want to have a reason.
Maybe that could be too. It could just be the human nature of it more than the actual science, right?
Yeah.
Like
confirmation bias.
rosewood fretboards are not warmer. Maple fretboards are not brighter, but I still want rosewood.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I still do. I just do. I don't care. It's not a,
Oh, coincidentally, Dom D just said, I still believe that maple fretboards sound brighter, rosewood sounds warmer, and ebony is super bright. It doesn't matter to me, though, since I grab a guitar based on what I want in that moment.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And whether it just fulfills you to play it or it doesn't. You know what I mean?
John own 16 can't play any Roddy. Thank you for the super chat, John. He says, ad free appreciated. I just received a Harley Benton Aguefish signature guitar. I know you're not a fan, but it has so many features and so cool.
That's interesting. That's a YouTuber.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say it right?
I can't remember how he says it. But yeah, he's a YouTuber.
That's cool.
That's interesting. Yeah. Very cool. So what other mythy kind of stuff do you still like? I like it anyway. I don't even care. This was a great subject and a great question because this is how I think it should be anyway. Like, like, who cares? If you like it, you like it. It doesn't matter. Because does it really matter if it's true or not? For example, like, that paper and oil capacitors don't sound better than orange drop capacitors, or that orange drop capacitors don't have polarity. That's actually a fact that somebody tried to argue with me on Facebook in my group this week about. It's like, it's not that hard. It's like science, but people want to believe what they want to believe. So does it hurt anything for somebody to take the time to think they're polarizing an orange drop? No, not really. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. Does it matter that you want to spend more money because the capacitor looks cool and it makes the wiring look awesome? Sure, do it. We carry them because I know people think they're cool. I mean, you can buy them at Dylan Talks Tone. I don't think they sound better, but they look cool. So heck yeah. And the whole tube versus modeler thing, it's just not worth an argument anymore. The stuff is so good that it's just not worth an argument anymore. But I still want tube amps if I had the room and if I had the place to play loud. You know what I mean? I would still want those first, for sure. Yeah.
All right. You want to hear what people are
I'm
saying?
ready. Let's do it.
Miserable Turd said, Esteban makes great guitars. That's a guitar myth, too.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
Let's see. Steve Rezer says there is an Esteban neck on a Grey Goose vodka box. True, not a myth. All right. Sorry, got to clean up at the same time. Miserable Turd said, just like dark picks sound darker and light picks sound lighter.
Isn't that funny? People do say that stuff.
Dom D said, I only use blue chip picks. Phil Grochel says, I think a lot of newer players hear these things from older players, so they fall for old info, not knowing that things have changed.
Yeah.
Jose Daniels of Morapee said, dark picks are harder to find on the floor, though. That's why I always choose bright colors.
See, it's logic.
Miserable Turd also, black guitar straps make the tone sound darker, too.
I know in this crowd, a lot of this stuff is going to be a joke.
Yeah.
But
Jose Daniels of Morapee said, people take the myths and turn them into lore. John Winnard. I haven't seen that name before. I like rosewood because I used to get lost on a maple fretboard. The last 3 I bought have been maple.
So, again, it's a practical, like, oh, I can just see what I'm doing. I dig it.
James Hess says hollows are airy sounding.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Is that a big one?
Yeah, because there's air in them. Like, duh. It's more airy sounding. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, there's like we might be caught up on that.
Oh, okay. You got a bunch of questions coming in too, though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dom D did say people roll their eyes at blue chip picks, but you ain't losing a $30 pick.
No, those are really good, man. I have.
Joey Dano Guitar says lacquer finishes make guitars sound better.
I have a couple of those blue chip picks that people have left at my house. And I didn't tell them. So they lost the $30 pick and I have a couple.
That's funny. Matthew Altamere said, go on a guitar forum. They're not myths. They're the Bible.
Oh my God, right? Exactly. I always say it's a religion. It's a religion.
Phil Grochel said, air guitars sound the airiest.
Well, duh. Yeah, absolutely.
Have we talked about like the air guitar
National
competition
championships.
or
Yeah, it
whatever?
actually is a world championship
Is it?
thing. Yeah. I used to follow it on Twitter. Just because it would, during like the finals or whatever. And it was pretty funny. Like the videos are pretty funny.
John owns 16 can't play any variety says Telecasters are only for twangy country music. Love a searing rock tone from a Tele.
Exactly. Yep. So there's bunches of them. I figured in this crowd that a lot of people would be like, it doesn't matter. It's all just a joke anyway. But I do think about it like, even though that stuff isn't true, I still like what I like about that stuff.
Yeah, and maybe it's not even lore, but it's like tradition but at this point. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go into some of our other Patreon questions then.
Alrighty. Rob. Hello, Leslie and Dylan. Dylan, what distance between your P90 in the neck position and the guitar's strings do you recommend? Thanks.
It depends what the setup on the guitar is. So if you have that P90 by itself, I would say like 150 thousandths, which is like 3 to 4 millimeters. If it's with another pickup, just balance it with the other pickup.
That's easy.
Yep.
Shane, good morning. Dynamic Dylan and loaded Leslie. I wish I was loaded.
Yeah, same. I wish you were loaded too.
Nice. Rude. 2024 is coming to a close. What is the guitar of the year and why is it the Hello Kitty Strat?
That's a good question. I don't know yet. The jury's still out because I'm going to do a video on the guitar of the year, and we're going to do all that year-end stuff here coming up. So, yeah. I went on Sweetwater yesterday, and those Hello Kitty Strats were already sold out.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So.
Who makes them?
Fender.
Oh, it is Fender.
Yeah, it's a Squire.
Did you answer the question? Or you don't know what the guitar of the year is? Or
Yeah.
you want to wait to make a video?
I want to make a video, and I haven't decided yet.
What do y'all think the guitar of the
Yeah,
year
what
is?
do you all think the guitar of the year is? And we may do that. We may put out a Google sheet again like we did last year. That was fun.
A Google sheet?
Yeah, I did like a
Form?
Google form.
That's different.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm talking
Whole
about.
different product.
Yeah, you're right. Google form that people could fill out, and we picked. Yeah, I think that the guitar of the year is not out yet. That's what I think.
Oh. Does that mean you have like insight and you know something's coming, or you just think that's how it goes?
If I were to tell you that, then it would be like insider trading, and then I wouldn't.
Ah.
I'd get in trouble. So.
All right. Let's see. Oh, maybe that thing is always up there and it's not because it's loud. Anyway, sorry.
Yes.
Super chat from Dom D. Thank you for the super chat, Dom. He says, Dylan, what email address do you use? I'm collecting parts for a build specifically so that I can use your pickups. I tried emailing you at the email address on your Facebook profile this week.
I thought Dylan at dylanpickups.com was on my Facebook profile, but hit me in the chat on the website. That's the easiest way to do it.
Better check on that. You were getting an error up here about your old Gmail. Like you're not logged in or something.
Oh, yeah, that thing does that. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, though. I'm logged in.
Okay. It doesn't mean
Just on that
anything.
computer, I'm not.
Let's see.
Grabbing some questions.
Yeah, just there's all right. Wait, am I done?
Nope.
No.
There's still some more.
One more. Oh, Dom D said the chat wasn't working. So apparently I have a few things to check on.
I mean, that's not good.
Shane, due to the prices and limited playing time, I don't change my bass strings as often as I do my guitar strings. Is this a mistake?
I don't think so.
I think that's normal, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I think a lot of people leave bass strings on for a long time. Get on your phone and go to the website and just send me a chat. We need to make sure that's not busted. That would bother me. I've had people chat me today, though, but not since like 9 o'clock this morning. So maybe something's busted. Maybe something's busted.
Does it come up? What does it do?
It should be. Turn your phone sideways. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess we will definitely have to check on it. I wonder if something got turned off or something.
Dom D said, just a heads up. I noticed that the page kept showing it was loading when I went onto the website. I tried on a couple browsers and my phone. This was on Monday, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was having some slow loading problems yesterday or the day before.
They can still see me, right?
Yeah. You can just click that right there. Oh no, I guess not.
Not that one.
Yeah, there was some slow loading stuff this week, and we were having a problem with it. If you go down to the bottom, it's not there. Mm-mm. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to fix that after the meeting or after the live stream is over. That's bad. I don't like not having that. Huh. All right. Thank you for pointing that out because I would have never noticed it. Yep. Well, cool. Anyway, what else we got?
Yeah. Let me flip over because that was that.
Okay.
Joe Healy says, great. You're having a Black Friday sale at the same time my furnace decided to take a dump. Can't wait to find out what this is going to cost me.
That's a bummer.
Jose Daniel Zamora P says, is the Alnico 8 pickup of output? Okay. Is the Alnico 8 output of your pickups more like a P90 or like a modern humbucker, like on Super 8 or Center Punch?
It gives it a more modern edge, I guess. It compresses more quickly. It's not. Yeah, I mean that's basically it. It doesn't change the overall output of the pickup that much, but it does change how it compresses when it hits the amp, I guess, if that makes sense. It gives it a little more edge without being harsh, though. It's not harsh at all.
All right. Dastardly Dave said, when is National Pickleball Day?
That'd be a dumb holiday. I don't like pickleball.
Very popular.
I know. I don't get it.
Have you ever played?
Nope. Don't have any interest at all whatsoever.
That doesn't make it dumb.
I think it's dumb. That's why I don't want to play it. I'm sure there's an appeal to it. I don't actually do very well with ball sports anyway because my eyes. So,
Miserable Turd says, does Sweetwater still sell tone guitar? I cannot talk. Tone guitar cables.
I don't know what that is.
Did they sell some that supposedly had better tone?
I mean, I don't know. I've never heard of that. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
wonder if any of the new people know how you used to sell cables with your, like, you added like a dumb amount of money for a warranty that wasn't real. Like, you joked about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's what everybody else does. Yep.
Jose Daniel Zamora P says, I hate descriptions of tone like airy, creamy, wet. Instead of using sound words like more treble, more bassy, they talk like they did LSD and can taste sound.
That's because most of the people that made this stuff did LSD while they were making sound. And then it just stuck. That's exactly why it happened.
That's so funny. Russell Zonner said, I like a tone that's mostly green, but just a tad bloody.
Hey, I'm with you.
And then Jose said, punchy tone tastes like blood on your mouth, like in karate classes.
That's funny.
All right. This is Jose again. The 3 saddle bridge on tellies is an interesting myth for me. Like even Leo didn't go for that with GNL, but I'm curious to try it out versus the 6 saddle bridge.
I mean, there's really no myth about it. It's just, you just have to know that it's going to, basically, if your action is really high and you use really big strings, you're going to have a harder time making sure that the guitar is intonated properly. If you use 10s and you are fairly close to standard tuning or half step down and you set your action at, 60 thousandths or whatever, it will be dead on. It's engineered to do a certain thing. If you go way outside of that, it won't work very well. But as long as you're within reason of normalcy, it will work. That's the thing. If a product is designed to work a certain way, then it will work, right? Like if it's properly designed to work a certain way, then it will work. So there is a center line. There is a median range, working range, where a Telecaster 3 saddle bridge will work. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made it in the first place. If the guitar never was going to be in tune ever, then he wouldn't have made it. So there's a working range that it's good in. And if you go outside of that, and the factors are the height of the strings off the neck, the height of the nut, the diameter of the strings, and the tuning, standard or whatever. And that's it. As long as those are within decent range, the guitar will be intonated properly. There's really no myth about it. Again, it's just math. All it is math. It's super simple.
Moto Dog, what do you think of the Strat Tele combo from Squire?
I think it's cool. I think I like all that weird stuff, though.
John Winnard, JHS is killing off the Ross brand at midnight tonight. On my broke week, of course. Russell Zonner, my toddler just learned to step on things. Should I get them a Klon to set the tone early?
I mean, why don't they make like toddler pedal boards? And
I mean,
they probably do.
They do make stompy musical things.
Do they?
I mean, they make them for adults too. Didn't you see Big?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have a whole drawer full of them.
Of pedals?
Yeah. Of stompy things for adults.
For adults.
Yeah.
Edgar Cesario, if I have a Helix Stomp 6 or Head Rush MX5, do I need to buy a cab to use them, or can I use my Fender Blues Junior? for my Fender Blues Junior 4. Is there versions? Any advantage of one over the other?
So a Helix Stomp, you can adjust. I'm not super familiar with the head rush, but I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing. You just don't want to use any kind of speaker emulator, and you don't want to use any amp profile. All you use is just effects. From like the Helix, for example, you can turn off amps and speakers. Just don't use that part. Just use the effects itself, and then you will effectively use it in front of an amp. Then if you get a FR speaker, then you turn amp and speaker back on, and you use that. Yep.
Russell Zonner, have you seen the Neural Nano DIY kit from Cleveland Music called the Hot House? It's $89 USD, but you have to solder it yourself.
No, I didn't. I haven't seen that.
Joe said, first myth, I can play guitar.
Exactly.
Joel Tost, I don't know. I apologize, Joel. Hello, lovely Leslie and dashing Dylan. So apparently this is catching on.
Apparently. Thanks, Shane.
Just wanted to send some big love and thanks for the P90 and Thruxton humbucker pickup set for my Paisley Fabric Top TTG Challenger. Great combo. And OOP position 2. What's OOP mean?
I don't remember. I don't know. But I do know the guitar he's talking about.
Oh.
It is beautiful. It is absolutely incredible. That's a cool guitar.
Where is it? Where can I see it? Has he got it yet?
Yeah, I think he's got it. I know he's got it. I think it was released like a reveal. It might have been when you were gone.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool guitar.
One of the times I was gone. Phil Grochel, speaking of cables, are the Pigtronic cables decent or what is better?
No. Go to our website and buy the Runway Audio Dylan Talks Tone exclusive cable. It will ship from Runway Audio. It is the best cable on the market right now, and they are amazing. They're really good. I use them every day.
Out of phase. Duh.
Oh, out of phase. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Your brain, when you read an acronym, doesn't think of P as an F sound.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's obvious now that he said it, but I was like, my brain was not going there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway.
Yeah, we have that stuff on the website, and you can buy those cables, and they're the best. That's why we carry them.
Super chat from Sean McMillan. Thanks for the super chat. Sean, he said, ad free. Cool stuff is cool.
Yeah, thank you, man.
It's like he's listened to you
I appreciate
before.
it, Sean. He has some cool stuff, too.
Let's see. I thought I saw something. Joey Dano Guitar said, I stole some of his Paisley fabric for my class, PRS.
It's really neat fabric. That particular one that he's talking about, it's very cool.
Brian W. said, I posted to Patreon late, but looking for some ideas on pickups for a Super Strat dual humbuckers. Thinking about the Center Punch or Center Punch 8.
I would do a pair of Center Punches and coil split them. That would be cool. Or if you don't want to coil split anything, I would do Super 8s. That is my favorite, like, not totally traditional humbucker right now. Absolutely my favorite. It's a DAF with an Alnico 8 in it. And it's just so good. And if you're doing a double humbucker strat, you're going to rock out. Like, you're not going to be playing, dad rock with it. It's going to be like a rocking guitar. So I would say put Super 8s in it. No coil splits, just Super 8s, just straight up 3-way switch, whatever. If you wanted to do coil splits, though, put Center Punches in it. I'm not a fan of the Center Punch 8. It's edgier, but I don't like it as much personally. But people really wanted it. And in the 2 years that we've been making them, we've sold 4.
That's what usually happens.
Yep.
It's 8:35 and we have nothing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How many people we got watching? 88?
Yep. Joel Toasty. You should tell me how to say your last name, Joel. Just ordered a custom TTG American Icon like Dylan's, but without the Bigsby, with an Enduro in the new nickel top engraved with filigree.
Sweet. That's awesome. That's going to be a pretty guitar. I should put that in mine too. I made a pearl white one for it and I haven't put it in because I'm just like, here's the problem with, it's like, this is like self-inflicted FOMO. I have guitars that I want to put my stuff in, but I'm doing so much cool stuff right now and I can't decide. And I'm like, well, I haven't tried this or this yet. So I'm like waiting to try stuff and I haven't done it yet. And then I come up with like that rifle filigree stuff and figuring out how to do the matte finish on the nickel was like life-changing. That is so sharp to me. It's just so sharp. So I'm like, now I want to, we're building this black telly and now I want to completely rethink that build because I've done it. I did it a certain way and I'm like, I don't even like what I proposed in the beginning.
Okay. His name is Tosti. Thank you, Joel.
Thanks, Joel.
He also says it's called Fandango Paisley.
Oh, okay. Cool. That makes sense.
Fandango, like movie tickets or something at one time.
Yep.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
I don't either. No, does anybody go to the movies anymore? You can make excellent popcorn at home and all the movies come out on a streaming service.
There's no reason to go to the movies.
My seat is way more comfortable.
Agreed. Yep.
Anyway.
Ours recline just like they do at the movies.
Yeah.
And they're not sticky.
Ew. That's so gross. All right. Tosti. I hope I remember that. Dom D. I have an American Pro 2 thin line strap body coming and picked up a solid rosewood neck with stainless frets. Wow. Body is routed for hum single hum, but I'm thinking hum single single since I have 3 single strats already.
Hum single hum, but he's thinking what?
Hum single single.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do it. Yeah, heck yeah, do it. Do 2 hot 5s and a super 8. That's what I would do. That's my favorite single hum setup is 2 hot 5s and a super
8. Jose says, I've still yet to try my center punch. My luthier was loaded with work for the holidays and I didn't have tools to enlarge the routes of my guitar.
Ah.
Christian Bernal says, what do you think about Quilter amps?
They are amazing. That dude is a wizard.
He dresses like one sometimes.
Yeah, I think he actually might be a wizard. Like he's, okay. We've met him, hung out with him. We were at NAMM one year and our booth was right next to his. And I got to spend a bunch of time with him, over a few days. And he is, oh my goodness, he's a smart guy. And that stuff is really good. And all of it is good. I can't think of one that's not good. Like his stuff is just good. Yep.
Hawkman Hawk says, anyone see Maiden last night in Charlotte? It was a good show, but the 4-hour commute has me tired.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that they were there.
Brian Ekholm, the dog dish input jack on my Telecaster keeps coming loose. What's an easy fix?
Electro socket. That's what I would do. I would replace it with an electro socket because they're awesome. And they're like, you can get them on Amazon and they're like $8. They're great. That's what I would do.
Efstathios, same pickup height question. Single Super 8 in the bridge of Strat with 10s. How many thousands? Same on low E and high E.
Yeah, same on low E and high E. And I would still say start with like 150 thousandths, start, 3 or 4 millimeters. And Efstathios, I have tomorrow. Well, I was really hoping to get it shipped tomorrow, but it's going to be done tomorrow. His base. So, yeah. I've got his base here.
Like a physical base? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
exactly
know how I missed that.
Yeah, that's the problem. It took a while for me to get to it.
Oh.
So we're getting it sorted.
Jose said hopefully he'll get it done next week. The cap was pretty awesome, by the way. Then he says, coaster, I almost broke while trying to use, but I had a couple beers beforehand.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see. Brian W. said, this is the late Patreon person. Thanks, Dylan. I have DAFs in a TTG PRS, and it really rocks out. The Super 8 sounds like a great idea to get something different for a different tone.
Yeah. So if you have DAFs already, do it. That's great. That's a great idea.
T-Bone wants to chat about best Strat style guitar under $1,000, best S style guitar under $2,000.
I mean, the best one under 2,000 is a Fender. Just go get a Fender. Under 1,000, probably still a Fender. The Fender Player 2 series is really good. Or a Silver Sky. That's what I would get. Either of those things. Yep.
Dom D. Dylan, I'll need some help on the wiring to split when the switch is in position 2. I'd like to get all the electronics at the same time from you when I order the pickups.
Okay, remind me when you order them, and I'll try to find you a wiring diagram for it. We don't do a bunch of that wiring stuff. We do pretty like we don't do outside of doing a push-pull here and there, I don't do a lot of complicated wiring stuff because it just gets too service-oriented. And what I mean by that is there's a lot, it ends up taking up a lot of time. It ends up being troubleshooting and why doesn't this function work the way it's supposed to and that kind of stuff. And I really mean this in the most constructive way possible, but I don't have time to do it. Like I would love to just talk guitars all day with everybody, but I can't. So it's hard to do that. I actually have somebody's returning a single hum Stratocaster pickguard because he said that the wiring was wrong. And I'm like, man, this never ever happens, but okay, I'll check it out. Obviously make them right. That doesn't happen very often, but if we were to start doing really complicated stuff, then it would happen a lot. And I don't really want to get into that. What I'm going to try to do, I'm working on it right now, is making our wiring diagram database a lot more comprehensive so that people can have their ideas themselves. So if they buy, because you have that little scanny card. So for those of you that have not bought pickups from us before, we send a little card in the box and it's got a scan code like you can scan with your phone, and it takes you to a website that shows you how to wire up our pickups, like with all of our color codes and all that. And what I want to do is continue, because I've been working on it, to continue to give you more and more wiring diagrams, various different ones that I know work, so that you can buy our pickups, you can buy wiring, you can buy switches, and then you can go do all that cool stuff yourself. But you do it instead of me.
Let's see. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I think we got backed up because I was trying to just stay on this page and it wasn't working. Super chat from Kyle Ketchamonia. Thanks for the super chat, Kyle. He says, I got into film school, moving to Toronto in April. I need a new amp modeler. I had a Fender Tone Master Pro once. I want something different. Congratulations, by the way.
Yes, that's very cool. 5-way. I'm writing down what he wants as a diagram and see if I can just put one in there. So it depends what you want to spend, but there's a bunch of stuff under $500 or right around $500, right? So I would say, and it depends what you want. So if you want an amp, then, with a bunch of stuff in it, then you could get anything from a Boss Katana, which isn't really a modeler, but it's got a bunch of stuff in it, to a Line 6 Catalyst, which is fantastic, to a Helix Stomp, to, the Tonex stuff, but you would need a bunch more pedals with that. So yeah, that's not a full-on modeler. The Kemper Profiler player is $799, and to me that's the best. Kemper's still the best in my opinion, and I love it. I have one. I think it's great, and it's this big, and it has everything in it, and you can control it with your iPad if you want. But I actually never plug my iPad into it ever. People say that, oh, I don't want something that you got to mess with an app. Same kind of deal. Once you get it all set up, I toggle back and forth a couple buttons, like 5 or 6 different profiles that I use on it. And I never, ever hook it up to my iPad ever, hardly ever anymore. And then Positive Grid, obviously, it just depends how far deep you want to go. If you want to get the Spark 2, that thing is awesome, and it does a whole bunch of stuff, and it's cheap. It's $300 or something. So yeah.
All right. Stuff's coming in now.
Excellent.
Nowhere Chente? I don't know. Hi, man. Can you help me to choose a pickup for a thin line Telecaster? I cannot talk. Telecaster with a Seymour Duncan Cyclone with a P. Is that the word? Filtertron humbucker size on neck. Is Antiquity 2 a good choice?
Yeah, that would probably work. Out of our stuff, I would say our DAF is what I would put in there, which is kind of like an Antiquity 2. It's cheaper and better, but it's kind of the same. Just a super vintage kind of PAF thing. But I would do that. Some kind of vintage PAF deal. Yep.
Christian Bernal, what's your favorite guitar? Also, I refinished a guitar and soldered it to 50s Les Paul wiring. It makes a buzz noise when I'm not playing. How can I diagnose that? Okay, so what's your favorite guitar?
That's all over the place. My 100% my favorite guitar is my Martin D28.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
How can he diagnose a buzz noise from his 50s Les Paul wiring?
So if you're not touching the guitar and it's making noise and you touch it and it goes away, it's fine.
Taco Bono. That's not real letters, so I don't know. Hi, glad I got to your stream. I have Tele Vibe 60 Square. I want to install Texas Special. Maybe you know something better for your taste. And could you tell us again which 3 pickups are your favorite?
For that guitar, I would definitely put our Flat 6 Telecaster pickups in it over Texas Specials. Texas Specials are too hot. They're way too and they are not clean enough, to me. So I would put our Flat 6s in there. That's especially if it's a 60s classic vibe Tele, that's what should go in there because we made them after like a 1966 Tele. My 3 favorite pickups are number 1 is my P90 for sure. P90s are my favorite. Probably then would be my DAF. and my Super 8.
I would have got the first two. I don't know why. I know that, but
I'm really proud of those two. Yeah, those were. Yeah, I'm proud of those.
all right. It's Victoria G. Tried a Roxy Pink Silver Sky at Chicago Music Exchange, and I ended up liking the Vela way more.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite I played was a Kiesel Leia. I hate to admit, so cute and small.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yep, I've got a Roxy Pink Silver Sky. I freaking love that guitar. Yep, I love that guitar a lot. But the Vela is really nice. I got a buddy who has one, and I really like that too. Those are neat.
Sifu Montgomery. Pickup in my 59 Les Paul Jr. crapped out. Should I have it rewound or just order a DTT P90?
Order a DTT P90. Well, okay. If it's a real 59 Junior, what I would do if it was a real 59 Junior, it won't be cheap, but I would call Zach at Brandon Wound Pickups and I would have him rewind it for you. Okay. I don't do rewinds, and he is very good at doing vintage rewinds and especially Gibson stuff. Like that's his thing. I actually tried to get him on the podcast, but he's like, I am too shy to go on a podcast. He's like, I don't want to do a podcast. Yeah. He's like, it's just not my thing, man. I'm like, okay, no problem. Anyway, so Brandon Wound Pickups, talk to Zach and get that thing rewound so that that guitar is complete and so that it's functional, because a guitar that doesn't work is worth less than a guitar that does, right? So the guitar needs to work. That being said, that's a lot of money. And it will cost way more than replacing it with one of my pickups. So just order one of ours and put it in there. It will get you the sound you want. But it will also, and it'll save you a bunch of money while you're waiting to do something with that.
I might have to leave you.
Yep. Hey, buddy. We got our puppies was sleeping right here.
Here's the list of active things.
Okay.
When you read them, click the star to make it disappear.
I will. So we're still puppy training, and when he wakes up from a nap, he's just got to go out. So that's what we're doing. A lot of people think the Fender Texas Specials are muddy. I've never used them. They are very muddy. And the thing about Texas Specials is people think they're Stevie Ray pickup, and they weren't. They have nothing to do with Stevie Ray. Philip Iacone. How does the thickness of a bar magnet affect resonant peak? Say some grade of Alnico on a P90, but thicker bars. Also keepers direct contact with poles. So basically the thickness of the magnet is going to affect the overall gauge. So the diameter of a magnet on a Strat affects how strong the magnet is and the length of it. On a humbucker, the side of the long skinny side of the magnet is what is magnetized. And so that's where your gauge reading is taken. And if the magnet is thicker, it changes the gauge of the magnet. So everything will, how it affects it is probably the wrong question, because that also has to do with other things other than just the magnet size. But the keeper's direct contact with the poles, you have to have that. Otherwise, it does not work, because that also affects the gauge of the magnet. Yeah.
Let's see if he stays here.
Mm-hmm.
Trying.
He will.
There we go.
He just wants to be wherever we want to be.
Success. All right.
Thank you, buddy.
Delete things? Move things?
Actually, this is the last one I was on,
This
and
one?
I was just getting ready to unstar it. So you can unstar that one, and then we will keep going. Yep, there you go. That's where we are.
Maybe I grabbed more than I should. F. Stathios. So I tried to get my single Squire Sonic Strat with a Super 8 in the bridge and a Hot 5 in the neck, but the guitar is thinner than normal and the oak Grisby switch did not fit. Any suggestions?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Yeah, you need like an inch and an eighth, I think. I think you need like another eighth of an inch for that to work. You can route it, but it's really thin right there. No, I do not have any suggestions except for using the box switch that came in it, which sucks. But that's what you're stuck with.
Sifu Montgomery said it is 100% real. Thank you so much for the info. I'll contact Zach for the rewind and order a DTT P90 while I wait for the rewind.
Excellent. That's what I would do.
I'm assuming this is back to the myth thing. It's Victoria G shared. Daphne Blue is the best Strat color.
Maybe.
Joel Tosti, do you know why my pickups are out of phase? I had the Thruxton in the bridge and the P90 in the neck, and Chris said he didn't do any special wiring to it. Just curious. Thanks. Love it though.
If you flip the wires on the P90, it will not be out of phase. The reason is because sometimes when companies order lots of pickups from us at a time, like 2 necks or 2 bridges will get put together, and we won't know that they're supposed to match a certain way, and that might be what happened with that. So just flip the wires on the P90 and you'll be all right.
Super chat from Bad Joke Gaming. Thank you for the super chat.
I haven't heard your name with the super chat. Thank you, sir.
It said my first pickup swap. I'm very new at this. I put an Invader in a Strat, but it is tinny, and I have to turn up really high to hear it. What did I do wrong?
Sounds like something's out of phase. So is an Invader a 4-wire pickup? It sounds like you have wires switched so that the coils are out of phase with each other. That's what it sounds like to me. So check the Seymour Duncan wiring and make sure that you have them that you have it wired correctly. Yep.
Nowhere Chente, what do you think about Cabronita Telecaster or that kind of variant? I love the Caballo Tono Ligero model. By the way, do you ship to Chile?
Well, man, we've shipped a lot of stuff to Chile. We've got a bunch of guitars in Chile. I like Cabernitas, but we don't make Filtertrons, so they're not really my thing. But I think they're cool.
Keith H, on your clear bobbin pickup from a year ago, were they a certain pickup? I can't remember the name. And your P90 humbucker is great. Sounds so awesome.
Thank you. We can make those in just about anything. Yep. Spoiler alert, that's what our small business Saturday is going to be. Is a run of clear.
Jose said, what's your take on Porter pickups? I'm doubtful regarding their import line, but the regular ones are fine. The guy that did mine is gone now, though. He was really cool and helpful.
I haven't had...
I'm going.
Come on, buddy.
Can you see him?
Yeah, he's right there. I haven't seen Porter pickups in a really long time. They were okay. They never really blew my hair back, but they're all right. He's coming back. He's checking for the other dog, but he's not there. Hey, bud.
Evalas May. I don't know if what that name is. I like dark tones. Can you recommend something like DiMarzio? Get DiMarzio's. Dark is not going to be our thing for sure. The darkest pickup we make is our Quattro pickup, which is a really high output bar magnet pickup.
Oh, look at that. The dog was chewing on a custom pickup cellophane. Yeah, I think get a DiMarzio because their stuff is more that than ours is.
All right, 9 o'clock, last one. Noah Chente, how would you rank Telecaster models like original, 60s, thin line, 70s, thin line, deluxe, custom, etc.? And do you prefer maple or rosewood fretboards?
Rosewood fretboards for me, and I like 60s, early to mid 60s the best. That's my favorite.
All right, we are out of time on the guitar stuff.
And it is off-topic hour. So here's how this works. You get to ask any question you want as long as it doesn't have to do with guitars. We talk about guitars till 9 o'clock. And this is a way for us to just kind of get to know everybody, make friends with you. If you want to ask a guitar question after 9 o'clock, it has to be in a super chat. After 9 o'clock, it's literally just to hang out and chat. And if you don't want to use a super chat to ask a guitar question, just come back next week and ask another one, or join Patreon, and you'll be able to have that as well. So, and we're also watching a restless puppy at the same time. So there you go. Yeah, and I think we do have some Patreon questions that are off topic as well.
I wonder if I should take them out again. Where do you get this stuff from?
He's at the stage where he's teething really bad right now, and so he's like wants to just eat everything. And for the most part, we're doing pretty good, but he found a zip it just now, a wall anchor. And
You should have found things like that though.
yeah, I know, but you don't know it's there until he finds it sometimes. Like, good boy, buddy. Oh, and he's down. That's what we wanted.
All right. Off topic, Patreon.
Yes.
Charles. Good evening, Dylan. Thank you for sharing your evening with us. Wishing Leslie safe travels. She's back.
She's back, but let me tell you about her travels last week. Holy crap. It was ridiculous. It took all weekend.
To get home?
Yeah.
To get settled? Yeah.
Yeah. She was supposed to fly on Friday. Flight got canceled. Had to rent a car. Couldn't bring the car back in town. Had to drive 2 hours to bring a car back. It was a whole thing. Yeah.
Had to go find my luggage.
Oh, yeah. Your luggage came back on a different flight the next day. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, my luggage got a flight, but I couldn't get a flight.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
It's Victoria G said, Leslie, I hope your conference went well. I missed your calming presence.
Nice.
It did go well. Thank you. Glad to be home, though, and glad that my month of travels is over.
Oh, yeah, because you were gone for a couple of weeks last month.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shane, off topic for Leslie. As a foreigner who's only been to America 3 times, is Vegas worth it? How about Colorado? I do not like Vegas, like at all.
Yeah, I don't care about it that much.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never seen it, I think the nostalgia, you should go at night and see all the lights. And we went for the first time because I wanted the kids to see it. I didn't even care. I wanted the kids to see it. We've gone again because you just have to go that way sometimes. And we were traveling through. I don't like Vegas. I only go to Vegas now for conferences, I think. Yeah. Colorado, absolutely worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely worth it.
I'd go to Colorado as many times as I could swing. Well, we do, actually.
Yeah.
And my brother just bought a house there, so we'll probably try to find more excuses to go.
Kiesel Weasel. Why do we call jungles rainforests? Or why do we now call swamps wetlands? Lastly, why do we now call global warming climate change? Those are all great questions.
Well, so Jungles and rainforests are not mutually exclusive, first of all.
True.
A rainforest isn't necessarily a jungle and vice versa. And the same thing with swamps and wetlands. And the same thing with global warming versus climate change, because it's not just about warming. So, yeah. I mean, I think those are not mutually exclusive. I think you just have to educate yourself on the terms. That would be my take on that.
All right. Kiesel Weasel again. Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of a bottle?
Oh, that's a good question. Do you know why?
Should I?
So, I do.
Okay.
So it depends on the glue.
Elmer's Classic Glue.
Okay,
Go.
that's PVA glue. And it has the elastomers in Elmer's have water. And when the water leaves the glue, dries, then the sticky stuff is left. So as long as there's no air in the bottle, there's no sticky. It's not sticky until air hits it. Super glue is the opposite. Super glue needs the moisture in the air. It needs the water in the air to react with whatever's in the glue to become hard. So you have to keep the air out of super glue. Solvent-based glues have solvents in them that once the solvents evaporate out, then the sticky stuff is left and it starts to solidify. So the bottom line is, as long as no air is present, then the glue is not sticky, but it's for different reasons for different glues. Like super glue and
Why
Elmer's
do you
glue
know
are
all
the
this?
opposite. Because I have done a lot of material sciences with adhesives because of my job that I have now and jobs that I've had before. Like when you have to understand how stuff glues together and what it's going to be exposed to. You can't glue something together with Elmer's glue if water is going to hit it, because once we put water back in it, then it becomes soft again. So, etc. Yeah. I know all that stuff. I mean, I don't, but
All right.
I learned.
That was all the pre-questions and conversation. All right. This is guitar, but it is a super chat.
Oh, cool.
Kyle Ketchamonia, thank you for the super chat, even off topic hour. I would like something to capture my amps as I use pedals, something very basic so I can jam quietly in my apartment and record film scores.
Tonex and the capture box that goes with the Tonex. That's what I would do. It's the cheapest.
All right. Jose Daniels Morapee said, what's your take on the Tyson Paul thing? I think we will either see elder abuse or we will have a resurgence of retired boxers. Either way, it sounds like the most American thing.
I know. I don't know. I was asking Brianna Brianna manages a restaurant and a bar, and I was asking her if they were going to actually put the fight on Saturday night.
Is it this Saturday?
I think it's this Saturday, but it's on Netflix.
Who's paying for that? Must have a lot of sponsorship.
I don't know.
That seems wild that it's not like a pay-per-view thing or something.
It's interesting, right? Oh, it's going to be wildly popular. I mean, it's going to be.
But
And actually, there's a special on Netflix leading up to it, talking about all their training and stuff. I think it's live being shot. Yeah, they're doing some things on Netflix now, like real-time documentary. They did it with Simone Biles during the Olympics too. Like the week of the Olympics, a thing came out on Netflix about her getting ready for it. It was almost real time, which is pretty interesting. It's like YouTube culture, but it's hitting Netflix, right? I don't know. Jake Paul is no joke. But Mike Tyson is no joke either, even though he's old. I wouldn't want him to hit me. I don't know, man.
Brian Ekholm, I think he was asking everybody because other people are responding. He said, "Did you people graduate high school in the 90s or later? Just wondering."
I do not talk about my age on the internet.
So funny.
I like to keep people guessing.
Jose said, "Dylan was so bummed and drinking more heavily last week without Leslie. Just kidding, kinda, but he looked more tired."
I was exhausted last week because it was full on puppy management still. And I
had to call it like dumb 30.
Yeah. Her and I, we like miss each other and stuff. And then it's like 3 hours difference. And yeah. And Brianna had a weird schedule too. Mm-hmm. And so we were all just, nothing was normal. And it was crazy. And work was really busy last week. So yeah, it was crazy, and we had appointments and weird stuff thrown in there. And I don't know. It was weird. I don't like it when you go away for long periods of time like that.
Go away. I'm done.
You're done. I'm done. That's funny.
Dom D said, "I've been to Vegas probably 30 times for work. I hate going there because I always bring back the plague."
I just spend too much money because they do have stuff there that I like.
Mm-hmm. That you can't really find.
That I can't find other places.
And definitely not all in one place.
Right. Yeah. I go to those shops below Caesars and I just. Yeah.
A lot of people did get sick. I think a lot of people do get sick when they go to Vegas. I still feel like I'm struggling with my voice, but I also talked for like 4 days straight.
Yeah.
So I don't feel sick.
And you said your back hurts too, just from the trade show back hurting thing.
Yeah,
well, and you did a trade show too. Going to Vegas, like he went for work too. I don't know what he did for work, but going to Vegas for work and doing trade shows, like trade show sickness is a whole thing in itself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. My back still hurts between the. I should go back and look at how many steps I did that week. Paul Williams said, "Solid pocket knives, street legal for under $100."
Under $100.
What does street legal mean?
Yeah, it depends where you live, I guess. Solid under $100, Civivi and Sencut. Civivi and Sencut. Sencut. Brianna's got some of those, and they're really good. She carries a Sencut every day.
94 Dodge Dude said, "Hey guys, which popcorn kernels, oil, and seasoning salt are you using for movie popcorn?" Now I don't know the brands, but you have to get, I just buy the Orville popcorn kernels. They're still the best. Oil, you have to get butter flavored coconut oil.
Mm-hmm.
And the salt, it will say that it's butter flavored movie salt. So you can Google those things. Like Amazon has packages of it, like sets, not packages, sets. And I bought a lot. Y'all picked on me for how much I bought, and it's almost gone.
Oh yeah, we eat the heck out of some popcorn. Yeah. Yep.
And I had to get something different than is typically recommended, because some of the butter flavored coconut oil actually has milk in it.
Oh, right.
With whatever butter flavor they're using.
Makes sense.
I had to get one that didn't have dairy in it.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's the trick, is the butter flavored coconut oil and butter flavored salt.
Makes sense. Oh, the other pocket knife I would check out is the CJRB Pyrite. We have a video on it on our other channel because she has one, and it's really good.
Phil Grochel said, "As a truck driver, my goal for Vegas is to get through as quickly as I can."
Yeah, for sure.
Matthew Altamir said, I can't stand traveling, especially for work. They know not to send me anywhere unless the company was about to go under.
Hey, bud. Where you going?
Homer's Reluctant Odyssey. That's funny. When you guys did all the RV traveling, where was your favorite area or place? That's always such a hard question.
It is. Some highlights would be South Dakota. Oregon.
Crater Lake.
Crater Lake. I don't know.
What's the plateau in Tennessee?
Oh, the Cumberland Plateau
Yeah, that
in
was
Tennessee.
really nice. Actually.
Yeah.
Ohio was strangely fun.
Yeah, Ohio was actually really good.
Yeah.
Door County, Wisconsin.
Oh, always. Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't RV there though. No.
Yeah,
I
we
guess
did. Yeah, we did.
Oh, I really liked because of the sunrises. Yes. When we stayed outside of Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was like a really pretty place. We have tons and tons and tons of sunrise pictures there.
Yep. Yep.
And the other side, Empire Beach, is good for sunset.
Yep.
I really like Lake Michigan. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I grew up on Lake Superior, so she's like, I like Lake Michigan. And I'm like, I don't. But okay. I do, though.
But he does.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Let's see. It's Victoria G. I spent last Saturday at the pedal show at Chicago Music Exchange, and after my back was killing me and my voice was shot, and I didn't even have far to walk, and that was something for fun.
Yep.
Oh, Jose said the fight is tomorrow.
Oh, is
It's
it?
Friday night.
Okay.
Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah. Phil Grochel said, speaking of that, did y'all hear about Costco having to recall like hundreds of thousands of pounds of butter?
Yes.
Because people didn't know it was made from milk. No dairy description on the label.
Yeah. So the
You got to be kidding me.
the allergen listing
Yeah.
did not list milk, so they had to recall it.
But it had all the other ingredients. And like, how did you not know there was milk in it?
You know, contains milk. The contains milk
didn't have
part.
that.
It didn't have that.
Was it in the ingredients though? It just didn't have the
I don't know.
allergen list.
I don't know, but it just didn't have the allergens.
Wow. That is, oh, there's like 3 people that's talking about that.
Honestly, I'd be super pissed and I'd be super sick if I bought something and it didn't have
Yeah,
that
it
on
is true. Since it's an allergen, it does have to be.
Yeah.
It is.
But it is kind of
has
funny
to be
that
listed.
milk would be,
Well, I guess if you're
trying to replace, but
you should know what the ingredients are still.
yeah, but people don't read ingredients like me and you do.
You would if you had a major allergen, I would think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's probably somebody that didn't even have an allergen that reported it, because that's what happens.
Yep. Probably.
Anyway, it's still serious. I'm not saying that's not a serious thing, but
Her name was Karen.
no, that's not nice. Let's see. John Roddy said, interesting recent purchase. We bought a Peterbilt 579. My wife is an over-the-road truck driver. Then he said, every time she sees an RV like yours, she asks me if you're on the road and if you're near her.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's so cute.
Yeah, you don't hear too many people be like, I bought a 579. That's pretty cool.
No, you don't hear that very often.
No.
Although my favorite place that sells things like that is that place near your parents where they have like the rainbow of trucks out by the highway.
Yeah. Yep.
Like on I-5, they have like rainbow selection.
Yeah, they had there's a huge, it's Peterbilt's too, and they have a whole line of them, and it's all dump trucks. It's like all big dump trucks, but they're all in like rainbow colors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like the front of the truck and the bed.
Uh-huh.
What do you call that thing?
yeah, like the dump
All
box.
matches,
Yeah, it all
yeah.
matches everything. Yeah, they're really neat
A
looking.
really pretty color. I mean, it looks like Easter eggs or something. I don't know.
Yep. I forgot about that until you
I
said
love
that.
that. I don't know why.
That's funny. My dad got a new knee this week.
Marty McFly said, "Have you guys ever gone to Toronto?" Not me.
I have a long time ago. I want to go. We want to go. Yep.
F. Stathio says, "I'm surprised that we have to write contains nuts on a box of nuts. But then again, we have to write, do not put small animals in microwaves. Common sense is not common when it comes to lawsuits." Yeah, I always think about that when I see like a strange warning. I'm like, something had to happen
Somebody
for them to
did that.
put that on
Yep.
there. Yeah.
Yep. Meanwhile, my dogs were going around eating plastic, so I guess.
Dog Dr. Tim said that would be not good, that we needed to watch him.
I know. I'm on it.
He hasn't really swallowed anything.
No.
He just wants to chew on stuff. I've been able to get, and he doesn't care if you take it from him either.
Yeah. No.
He's just like, oh, I'm not supposed to have it.
Yeah.
You can take it.
And he's very good about redirection.
Yeah.
So like if you pull this piece of plastic out of his mouth and put a bone in his mouth, he'll chew on the bone for 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's just
So-
like he wants something.
Yeah, he just wants something in his mouth. So it's not like he's being intentionally destructive about stuff or anything. He will like walk by and randomly bite the side of the coffee table, which is hilarious. Like
I wonder if it's just because the corner is just like right
it's
there
right in his face, like
Yeah.
right at his face level right
Yeah.
now.
And if he sees a shoe, he will grab and run. But he hasn't chewed on anything really.
He did get the remote the other day. There's a couple of teeth marks in the remote. But
It was laying in the blanket.
it was
he
laying in the
on, though.
blanket,
He
yeah.
probably didn't know he couldn't have it.
Yep.
I don't fault that.
No. And that's the thing, like if we do our part, there's nothing for him to chew on. Like if you keep the house picked up and because the problem is my office because, there's like little wrappers from pickup tops and stuff like that. And I try to keep it cleaned up in there, but it's just, it gets crazy. And he spends a lot of time in there because he sleeps in there during the day, like when I'm working and stuff. But we have carriage doors coming up. Actually, they'll be here tomorrow. Yeah. So we're gonna be able to put doors on my office and on the what we call it the armory, but this room, so that we can kind of close some things off a little bit more. I've been meaning to do it anyway, and then it's just helpful to keep the dog. And we've been crate training him this week, more, and that's going really well actually. He doesn't like you to close the door yet, but it's okay. Seems fair. Yeah.
But also closing, the house can make this huge circle. So also closing off some things will prevent the dogs from destroying things by running around in circles too.
Yes.
I hope.
Unless they smash through some
Carriage
windows.
doors.
Yeah.
Never know.
He's 30 pounds now. Took him to the vet yesterday for his last puppy shot round.
Yeah. Dr. Tim said correction and redirection along with operant conditioning and reward system is good practice. He sounds like a cool dog.
Yeah, I think he will be. And I'm really trying to put the work in. Like, I need to put some more work in. But
Megan sent me an Instagram page that she used to train her dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll have to share it with you.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like he's doing really well. He's like right now we don't have a fence. And so
Somebody just asked that. Have you got the dog fence up yet? Nope.
No, they delivered the materials today. So we have a humongous pile of lumber outside our house right now. But we have a lot of missing fence.
Still 3 weeks away.
And I've been working with both of the dogs because Brianna's dog's terrible about it. About recall. So I've been working on recall with them both. and they are doing really well. They've actually done very well to not have a fence. We've been, they both have e-collars. And so, I mean, we've only had to use them a couple times, like
Yeah, I
a
can't even remember the
couple
last time
times.
I've used
Yeah,
it.
I know. Like I want to say, I mean, I put an e-collar on him and I use it twice,
Yeah.
you know?
I just feel like I carry a remote for nothing when I
Yeah.
go outside.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Which is a psychological thing too. Once if they know you're paying attention, they just mind you. It's fine. And playing with Recall in the backyard, calling him across the yard for no reason and giving him treats and running around with them and getting them to follow me. That's the other thing I've been doing is actually getting them to heel behind me with no leash. So even taking him to the vet yesterday on the leash was way better than the last time I had him out on a leash. So he's getting there. I mean, he's 4 months old, and but the thing, he's getting big, right? Like dogs that get big fast, it's scary because then if they're not well trained, then they're tough. But no, he'll be good. I'm not worried about it.
I don't know what he got. Dog Dr. Tim said make sure he gets the NXTCIV vaccine and lepto vaccine, both evil diseases. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what he got. Something like, I don't know. I don't remember.
I'll look at it.
Did you figure out how to log in? Did you ask him about that?
Yeah, I did ask him about that.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be able to see his record. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Hefstathio says, last night at an open jam session, we started playing Feels Like Heaven and eventually morphed into Bound for the Floor. Age question. Any of those played at your prom? No comment still.
No.
I never went to prom.
Me either. Got a bunch of new fountain pen content out on the other channel too.
Kyle Ketchamonia said, I really want a mantis shrimp. I love how they take down their prey. I used to have shrimp
You did.
till somebody busted their glass.
Yep. That was my fault.
Oh, canine influenza and leptospirosis.
I don't remember. I'll have to look.
Thank you for telling us what that meant.
Yep. Yeah, they were supposed to fix it yesterday and it didn't sync.
Oh, it's still not there. Do you see the cats when you go in there?
No, I took them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got all logged in. I was like,
We don't have these
This
cats
is
anymore.
old.
Yeah, this is old.
I didn't even know they were in there though. Like that
Yeah.
they existed in an
Probably from where we got them fixed.
Right.
Yeah.
When we were supposed to get a girl and a boy fixed.
Yep. Found out they were both the opposite.
No.
No, we thought they were both boys. And found out one of them was a girl.
Yes.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That was weird.
Cool. People are talking about what was played at their prom.
Oh, really?
It's Victoria G said "Baby" by Justin Bieber played at my prom.
Oh, well,
Miserable
then she's
Turd
younger
said
than
disco
us.
played at my prom. We left and went to a motel.
Oh, my God.
Susan Banta said nights in white satin and color my world. Top that for being old.
That's the oldest one yet.
I don't even know what that is.
What would have played at my prom?
What's a top? Let's see. You have a junior and a senior prom, right?
Right.
All right.
I'm going to look too.
Then they're going to know. But
Yeah.
It's more fun to be subtle about it.
Let's see. Top prom song.
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm going to look. I'm just Googling it because Google's smart, right? So, go ahead.
I got so the junior prom would have been Truly Madly Deeply by Savage Garden.
And mine would have been I Swear by All for One.
Oh,
And
please don't let that song get stuck in my head.
this one's going to get stuck in your head. Tootsie Roll by 69 Boys.
I know every word.
It's so funny.
Senior prom, If You Had My Love by Jennifer Lopez.
Wow.
Oh, or Rhythm Divine by Enrique Iglesias.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That was a good song.
You're such a child.
Why are they both like Hispanic singers? That's kind of impressive.
69 Boys. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's already stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
The quad-seated DJs.
Yep. Oh yeah. All that stuff from that time period. Yep.
So funny. I think I was a rapper in a past life.
Oh, I
Like
know
in
I
the
was.
90s.
Yeah, I know I was. I still love hip hop. I still love all that stuff. Like all that music that just doesn't seem to make sense. For me anyway, because what I do for a living. But I don't know. I think I just like music in general. I just want to hear somebody create music. It doesn't matter what it is, really.
Oh, I love that folks are like taking Dog Dr. Tim's advice too. They're like, oh, I don't think my dog got that shot. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I'm going to look into it.
Dog Dr. Tim said Jim Croce, Time in a Bottle.
Oh, he's the oldest.
He said his 50th reunion was 2 weekends ago.
Wow, that's cool.
It's Victoria G just shared Truly Madly Deeply by Savage Garden was kindergarten for me. Wow.
So
Wow.
she's a lot younger than us. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool, though. Okay, so knowing that you're that much younger than us, and I'm assuming by your name that you and your context over the last couple of years of listening to us, because you've been around for a while, that you are a female.
Oh, really?
Wouldn't you say?
I don't know. I wouldn't take a guess at that, I guess.
Well, okay. Yes, you're right. I shouldn't take a guess at it, but I still think it's cool. If I'm right. If I'm not, that's okay. But
You're still cool.
yes, I think it's cool. Because we do not have
A young audience.
overly young audience. Yeah, so I think it's really neat.
Vinny's World said, yeah, notwithstanding all the crazy stuff going on with certain individuals, that era of hip hop was great. True.
Yes.
Very true.
Exactly.
I wasn't even a fan of Unnamed Person, actually.
Really?
No.
Yeah, me either. No, me either, but I was a fan of a lot of other people, and now I'm like, oh, crap.
That were there.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. I did hear somebody say something today, though. I think I said it out loud to you. Because people get super, like, tied up in avoiding various things and whatever. And it was a knife reviewer, and he's like, whatever you feel about this person who makes these knives, I don't review people, I review knives. And I was like, yeah, exactly. That's what I do. I talk about guitars, and
It's Victoria G said, yes, I'm a woman born in 1991.
91. Wow.
Younger than my sister.
Yeah, that's really awesome, man. Thanks for being such a faithful participant in what we do.
Which unnamed person, the one from Chicago or the one with the baby oil? That's just a funny question.
Yeah. The joke around here has been whoever his Avon lady was is pissed because she like lost a lot of business just now.
Skin so soft.
Yep.
Homer's Reluctant Odyssey said, walks like an Egyptian would have been played at mine. We were in a cornfield listening to the Allman Brothers Country Living.
Oh, wow. Walks like an Egyptian. So that'd be like what, 85, 84?
People are having fun with this. Epistathio
86?
says, apparently, if I went to prom in the States, my song would have been I Swear by All for One.
No way. Right on, man. That's cool.
I know the words to every song that some of these people have said. I've never even heard of some of them, but
Yeah.
the ones where I was alive.
You don't know Time in a Bottle?
I don't think so.
Jim Croce, Time in a Bottle? I'm sure you do once you hear
If it's Jim Croce, I probably do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's like one of the best songwriters of all time who's ever lived on the planet Earth.
My kids probably know every word to every song of his.
Oh, I know they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of their grandmother.
Or themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hers was the Beatles was the influence on them.
Oh, that's right. Well, where did they get Jim Croce from? Just
Unnamed person.
Oh, yeah. Unnamed person who's not the same as the other unnamed person
Correct.
with the baby oil.
Correct. Let's see. Dom D said, my neighbor sells Avon. If I were in the DEA, I'd be scoping her house out because she's in and out so many times and people are popping in and out. You'd swear she's dealing drugs.
Dude, that's how it is, man. When I lived in Arizona, I worked with a guy who's still a good friend of mine forever. He's been, probably 30 years I've been friends with this dude. But he's a big dude with like a mullet and tattoos all over who rode a Harley. And his wife was like the biggest Avon lady in Flagstaff. They did like an amazing business. And so he had saddlebags on his Harley and he delivered Avon every week on his Harley. It was the funniest thing. But yeah, they did it for a long time. 20 years probably.
We had a joke, some kind of family joke in the family chat, and Bryson was like, what is that Avon lady? And even after...
Oh, because it was about the Diddy stuff.
Was it?
Yeah,
and
we were
even
talking...
After explaining it, he was like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like the idea of like door-to-door sales was like, what?
Yeah. Because you just don't do things like that anymore. It's not really the same. I mean, even multi-level marketing is still a thing, but you don't do it the same way anymore. You know, like all that stuff's just all different. It's so funny. Well, we learned some things about some people tonight.
Some people are young. Jose said, I kind of remember party rock and Black Eyed Peas being the thing when I graduated. And I remember the kids singing those songs. So
all right. Well, that's cool.
That wasn't that long
Love
ago.
that.
Cutco. Yeah. Cutco's still around. They get set up in Costco, actually.
They are. And they were at Blade Show.
Phil, don't forget Amway. My parents almost got into Amway. And
I
then
know.
there was like a
They had really great
cell phone one or something, like before cell phones were a big thing.
Yeah, so I was one. So way back before Verizon was Verizon, it was AirTouch Cellular. And before it was AirTouch Cellular, it was Cellular One. When it very first got started, it was a multi-level marketing company. I was the first Cellular One dealer in northern Arizona.
And it was an MLM
And it was an
structure?
MLM structure. That one and Prime Star that became EchoStar
I feel like the
that
one
became the
they
Dish
were in
Network.
was something light in the name, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. I did really well with it because I lived on a reservation and we didn't have phones. Nobody had phones. So you could sell. And back then it was a 3-watt bag phone with the little coily thing that went on your magnet on your roof.
Yeah, and
And it was like $90 a month for 30 minutes. No text.
were they free after 9?
No, it was expensive, but it was like for emergencies and stuff, people. Yeah, I sold a lot of them. And a lot of satellite dishes because we didn't have cable or anything.
Yeah.
Yep. But back in the day, it was, your light is on.
Oh, I was
It was
like, what is on your
Prime
face?
Star, then it became Echo Star, then it became the Dish Network. And when it was Prime Star, they were like these oval dishes that were about like 38 inches across or something on a post in your yard.
And the weird at the time dance with the hands, like the Macarena,
Oh, yeah, maybe.
maybe. I wonder what he's.
The weird dance with
Yeah,
the
I
hands.
don't know. Yeah, people are naming all these MLMs: Herbalife, Shakely. Yeah.
Yeah, we've looked
we
in a
did
bunch of
one.
those. Yeah, I've been in a few and I've made a lot of money with them, but um it's just kind of I don't know. I don't feel like it's the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
It's just not. Yep.
I don't have enough friends to do it anymore.
Yeah, because you were in one, now you don't have any more friends.
Delete them.
I'm
I
just kidding.
deleted them all.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting way to market a product. I think that, I mean, in a way, I do exactly the same thing but different with all the affiliate stuff. I mean, that's basically what I do now. Like, you know.
But you're not trying to recruit anybody.
No, I'm not trying. No. No, not trying to recruit anybody.
So
That's
it's
true.
not the same.
No, that's true. That's true. But I do appreciate the affiliate stuff because that does make a big difference. But yeah, we don't have to have a team or anything.
The hand dance is We Know Speak Americano. I don't remember that one.
Well, he's not from here, so.
Well, it's Victoria G is sharing it
Oh.
for him. So
Okay.
I don't know what.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah, he said, "We Know Speak Americano." That was freshman year of college for them.
Wow.
How come Canada doesn't have proms? I didn't know they didn't have proms.
Mm.
Did you know Canada didn't have proms?
I didn't. I was away from Canada by prom time.
I think they're dumb. LuLaRoe. Yeah.
Yeah, I had friends that made good money with LuLaRoe.
Then they went down.
And then they went down. The problem with all that stuff is there's a good business model there as long as it's a good business model. But
They had
that's
to buy in too much for that one.
yeah, that one you had
The
to
whole
had a house
unicorn
full.
legging thing was brilliant, though.
Yeah. I'm just saying all that business model in general, you know, like the multi-level marketing stuff, it works as long as it stays within the FTC. Like, I mean, I feel like the band that it runs in is very narrow and you have to do everything exactly right for it to not fall outside of that. But once it falls outside of that, it falls apart.
Yeah, and then I think when people can be misled, or it's not clear, and they get it,
Yep.
then they get busted for that because people lose a lot of money.
Yeah, and I think another big problem with it is that, you know, me and you have been, because we've looked into so many of them, are very diligent about understanding what's legit and what's not. But when you're not scrupulous about that, and then you get other people into trouble, or you get into trouble because you don't know how to do that research, it can get super sketchy super fast.
Yep.
And I think me and you are diligent enough about what we do, all the decisions that we make, that we put so much thought into it, that we make sure we get a good one. But it's not always the case. Very rarely is it the case, actually.
Epstathios says, kind of off topic, on topic. Sweetwater's website is crawling. I think peeps are on full on buying mode for Black Friday deals.
I hope people are going to be a full on buying mode on my website. That would be awesome. Nobody yet. Not tonight, anyway.
All right. Well,
hang on.
Oh.
Somebody did.
Yeah, I silenced your notifications. So maybe
you did. No. So somebody bought Gears humbuckers. That's way cool. Yeah, we're selling some stuff. Cool. Dig it.
Dom D said, it's crazy when I've seen friends getting into shady MLMs. They sound like they chug the whole pitcher of Kool-Aid. Exactly. You have to be able to read through that and hear through that.
Yeah. And you have to look at it as
a comical once you know what to look for.
Yeah. I think the other thing too is I have never been, because I've been an entrepreneur since I was a child. So I've never been a get rich quick person. I've always looked at it as like, okay, I'm going to have to put 2 years into this before it's even going to do anything. And then after that, what is this going to do? And what is this going to do? I've never been a person who's like, oh, look, I can make 10 grand next week.
Even the ones I've been in, because I've been in a few, it was all selfish. It was, I want this.
You want the product. Yeah. No, and I think that you should. I think you should be really behind whatever you do.
Because back in the day, I did it for home interiors when I built a house.
Oh, yeah.
And it like decorated my whole house. That was fun. But then I just stopped.
Yeah. I mean, if we're being perfectly honest about that, that's one of the reasons why I share Atlas Stationers, because they give me store credit. I don't get money from Atlas Stationers. I get store credit. So I get pens. So it's like a self-sustaining habit, which is fun, but it doesn't make money.
Right.
Yeah, but it's fun. And plus it's fun to make the content too. So it's a self-sustaining habit, and plus I like to talk about it with all these other people. So that's maybe not a good example, but, yeah, you definitely gotta believe in what you do.
Cool. I'm done.
Cool. Me
I'm
too.
tired.
You guys, this has been fun. Thanks for hanging out. And, I think tomorrow I'm recording a banger of a podcast for next week.
Agree.
It's going to be mind blowing. I've got a guest that, good friend that I met a couple years ago, and we haven't talked in a while. We caught up last night, and, it's going to be good.
Should grab some pictures to go with that.
I think I'm going to. Yep.
Awesome. All right.
All right. See you later.